Everyone in the cafe froze when the bell above the door jingled. There he was again, Nathan Harrow, the infamous millionaire who treated kindness like a disease. His custom Italian shoes clicked against the tile floor like gunshots. The waitstaff glanced at each other nervously, each silently hoping it wouldn't be their turn to serve him. He had a reputation that chilled even the most seasoned employees, demanding, arrogant, and condescending beyond reason. People said he came here just to remind others they were beneath him. But today was different. Today, she was on shift. The new waitress. Amelia. She'd only been working at Joe's diner for 2 weeks. She was quiet, polite, and carried a soft grace that seemed to settle even the fussiest customers. She had an old soul's smile and the posture of someone who'd lived 1,000 quiet storms. What no one knew, not even the manager, was that Amelia had lived through people like Nathan before. The kind who tried to crush others to inflate themselves. And she was done being crushed. Nathan slid into his usual booth like a king awaiting service. He didn't look at the menu, he never did. Instead, he tapped his gold-ringed fingers against the table and barked, "Coffee. Hot. Now." The usual waitress, Diane, hesitated. She started to step forward, but Amelia gently raised a hand and moved ahead. "I'll take care of this one," she said softly. The room tensed. Diane gave her a horrified glance. "He's not like the others," she whispered. Amelia smiled, still walking. "Neither am I." She approached the booth, coffee pot in hand. Nathan didn't bother looking up until the cup clinked gently in front of him. He looked up, expecting a cowering face, maybe a trembling hand. Instead, he met steady, kind eyes. Amelia poured the coffee without a word, then set the pot down. "Good morning, sir. Anything else today?" Nathan narrowed his eyes. "Excuse me? I asked if you'd like anything else." His lip curled into a sneer. "I don't need you to ask. I expect you to know." He leaned back arrogantly. "That's how good service works. Isn't this your job?" She nodded. "It is. But respect is also part of the job, both ways." Gasps fluttered across the cafe. A fork clattered to the floor. Nathan's face flushed deep crimson. "Do you have any idea who I am?" Amelia met his stare calmly. "A customer in a cafe. And a man who seems deeply unhappy." The silence was suffocating. No one dared breathe. Nathan slammed his palm on the table, causing his coffee to slosh. "You're fired. Get your manager." "I already spoke to him," she replied. "Before I walked over here. I told him I wouldn't be mistreated for a paycheck, and if standing up to you cost me my job, I'd walk out with my dignity." Nathan was stunned. No one had ever challenged him. Not in years. The manager, a kind, nervous man named Tom, cautiously approached. "Mr. Harrow. Amelia's not in the wrong." Nathan turned, eyes blazing. "You're siding with her?" Tom swallowed. "We've put up with a lot. Too much. It's not just about money anymore." A strange look passed through Nathan's eyes, something not quite anger. More like confusion, and something buried deeper. Shame. For the first time, he looked around and noticed the expressions of the people in the cafe. Disgust. Fear. Exhaustion. Not respect. No one respected him. They feared him. And in that moment, it hit him how truly alone he was. He stood abruptly, tossing $100 bill on the table. "Keep the change." Amelia didn't flinch. "We will. And I hope you use the rest of your day to be better." He paused, halfway to the door, but didn't turn around. Without a word, he left. The cafe remained still for several seconds before erupting in applause. Diane rushed over, hugging Amelia. No one's ever stood up to him. Not even Tom. Amelia exhaled slowly. Sometimes, people just need to be reminded they're not above others. And sometimes, we need to remind ourselves we don't have to stay silent. 2 weeks later. The bell above the café jingled again. Heads turned, and jaws dropped. Nathan Harrow walked in. But he wasn't wearing his tailored suit. He had on jeans, a plain polo, and carried a tray of homemade pastries. He walked directly to Amelia's table, where she was taking a break with coffee. "May I sit?" he asked. She studied him. "If you're here to shout, I'm off the clock." He chuckled nervously. "I'm not. I'm here to apologize." She raised an eyebrow. He set the tray down. "My mother used to bake when she was sad. I guess I've been sad for a long time and forgot what kindness felt like. You reminded me." Amelia said nothing. Just listened. Nathan looked around. "Everyone here was scared of me, but you weren't." "Why?" "Because I've met people like you before," she said. "And I know that pain is usually hiding behind cruelty. But I also know that doesn't excuse it." He nodded, deeply. "Thank you," he said quietly. "For being brave." And with that, he stood and left, this time, leaving behind something much heavier than a tip. He left behind a piece of his pride and the beginning of something better. The message. In life, we often let fear silence us. We shrink to accommodate the loud, rude, and powerful. But all it takes is one act of courage, one person brave enough to stand with quiet dignity, to shift the balance. Sometimes, standing up doesn't just liberate you, it frees others too. Be the voice. Be the change. Even if your hands tremble, speak. You never know who's listening.